So,
Welcome back to Knocked Up After the Shot. This is a behind the string. We are going to talk about the Total Archery Challenge from Colorado we just got back from. If you're not familiar with Behind the Strings, David and I watched the video that we put out on ourselves and kind of give you a little background into what was going on, because you only see so much. It's 3 full days packed into 18 minutes, so you miss everything.
you miss everything.
I mean, you see all
Keep watching,
yeah,
but you miss everything.
You get like all the cool stuff. But Bob was asking me actually about it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I probably used maybe 50% of the footage we got. Like the folder of the footage I used and the folder of the footage that I didn't get to use is the same. Like the same gigabytes. Like it's just crazy about the stuff I didn't get to use.
Really?
Well, I mean, we did a lot of filming.
Is some of that bloopers reel?
I haven't got there yet, but maybe
is that what we're
some
thinking?
TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, so go watch the original first. I'll pin it up here. Because you're not going to be able to hear it very well. I mean, you'll be able to hear it enough to know what's going on because you've already watched the original, but we're going to pause and stop and talk and do all this, that, and you'll just get super annoyed. Just go watch the original first, then come back over here, pause this, and you'll pick that right back up, and then watch the Behind the String. This episode is brought to you by Hoot. Go check out their camo for the camo David and I wear in the field. You still got a couple weeks left for elk season to get yours so they can ship it out to you, as well as Ghost Strings if you need new strings for your bow. Before this upcoming hunting season, if you're hunting elk this year, you better hop on it and call my boy Clayton over at Ghost Strings, because you only got a couple weeks. You better shoot your bow a lot. But if you still are trying to get some new strings on your bow before whitetail season, hit him up. I'm sure he'll get them out to you. So check those out. Links in the description below. And then also get all of your Knocked Up gear. Be Still Don't Suck shirts, so you're repping everywhere you go during hunting season this year at the description below. All right.
Before you start, did I tell you I was wearing the Hoot shirt at the grocery store and a guy stopped me and talked to me?
Yeah, you texted me that.
Asking about...
Yeah, I wonder if I can get this.
Oh.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah. You're going to have to edit that out.
No.
That was not good.
Not sponsored by Buy, but
Could be.
if you want to, you know.
So anyways, yeah, I don't remember the gentleman's name. Maybe you do. I know you deal with Robinson, but
yeah.
He said he knows the original guy who created Hoot. He's like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody wear any of their garb out.
Well, it's a group of guys.
Yeah.
So I always say Robson's the owner, but he's the one that I face-to-face deal with, and he's my boy. Gets me all the stuff and everything like that. But it's him and like 3 or 4 of his buddies. So it could be any one of those dudes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty neat.
Yeah. All right, let's jump in. Colorado Tech 2023.
Bates, Colorado. How many arrows you gonna lose today? I'm gonna go with none.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I think you lost more than none.
I did.
Comment below what you think about the editing of this video. I'm serious. Like, give it to me hard. Give it to me hard. Why would I have said that?
Yeah.
That's a bad deal. I shouldn't have said that. But give it to me hard in the comments.
Might as well say it again.
Let me know what you think about it. I worked really hard on this one, but there's still some room for improvement. So,
No, I think you did great, man.
dude, the views here going up the ski lift was dope.
Yeah. If anything about this shoot, it was just great to be in that kind of atmosphere.
Oh my God! You could have just been hiking.
Yeah.
We're squared. Oh.
We got the first pause.
Why?
Talking about recording in the red button.
I was trying to get you past that.
This is day 1.
I recorded.
Yeah. But we had filmed so much more before that they didn't get to see.
That's just because of your
That-
editing.
That I thought we recorded, but we didn't because you forgot to go click.
I clicked, but see, there's a funny thing on that button. If you don't touch it just right, it doesn't go from circle to square.
What is just right? You got to
Proceed.
spit on it, and then what's...
Yeah. That's what she said.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Play.
See? Circle, square. I even show you on the side.
Day number 1. Just got off the ski lift.
I was not amused.
Mr.
Yeah.
Dudley's. Yes, sir. How many arrows do you bring? 4. 6. About 2 dozen.
So for those of you who don't know, you probably... Well, you might have seen him in previous videos, but the guy on the far left in this is Jason, longtime friend of Bob. And then Bob is one of our good friends. I like technically used to work for him in the corporate world, and David and Bob still work together at that company. So they're buddies. They go elk hunting together. And Dylan, who I paused it at a piss poor spot, but Dylan's in the back. He lives in Colorado, and he has known Jason and Bob for a few years now through some hunting and whatnot. And he'd never done a tack before.
Yeah.
So, we all went on the mountain with 6-8 arrows. Like, we're pretty confident in our shooting, and we do a pretty good job, I feel like, of shooting. And I hope, we represent that well in the videos. But Dylan had never done a tack, and we kept telling him horror stories before the guys kept telling horror stories for the game. So you can kind of see it now, but all the fletchings that's in his pack, he legit brought 24 arrows.
Yeah.
And he walked off the mountain with 24 arrows. Like, the kid can shoot, but he was just scared shitless that he was going to lose all of his arrows. The funniest picture of this 24 arrows is about to come up here in like 30 seconds. When we shoot at the first the second target, that turkey across the valley, and you can see him from behind, and it's just like an archery shop coming out of his backpack. It's freaking hilarious. So
We should have hung a for sale sign back there. $2 arrow.
that'd be great. Like when you go golfing.
Yeah. This is where I lost my first arrow.
Yeah, right over the back.
Made me so mad.
She was saying there's so many. This was a tough shot. Through all these twigs. Man, that hat looks good.
I do like that.
You should go get one. It's the same one David's wearing. Oh, there it is.
Locking on.
Dude, it's a mental thing. It's people might think it's for show, or he's just doing it for the video to make funny. I swear to God, it's a mental thing for me.
Right.
I don't know what it is, and it's not like I think about it, and I'm like, oh, I need to switch the hat around backwards to shoot better. It's like when I do think about it and I flip the hat around, it's like for whatever reason my mind turns on, and it's like, okay, now it's time to focus.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lose a lot of people with this because they're probably more your age group than mine.
So you're gonna lose me?
Yeah.
All right.
But there's a movie called Over the Top.
I'm lost.
Yeah. It's a Sylvester Stallone movie, and he is a professional truck driver, amateur arm wrestler.
Oh, you were telling me about this while we were in Colorado.
Yeah. And so that's his big deal. And he's made it all the way to the finals, and they're doing an interview and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they're asking him how he gets mentally prepared. And he's like, well, when I'm getting ready, I turn my hat around. I turn from man to machine, and I get ready. And
I mean,
it's the same thing.
I guess. I don't know what it is, man. When I turn the hat around backwards, it's freaking go time. I think I mentioned it coming up here in a little while, but this course wasn't very hard.
No.
Easiest of all three. Cool. For sure, but...
You think, well, I didn't shoot San Antonio. You think it was easier than San Antonio?
Oh, that's your screen now. Might dabble in a little editing. Whoa, 2 for 1.
So you got to explain the
pause.
devil.
I gotta pause.
Yeah, you got to tell them how that happened.
How did it originate?
We were driving.
Yeah, I know, like, on the way there.
Yeah.
But who said it first?
Bob said dabble in something.
Just random?
Yeah, and you just chuckled like, oh, that's hilarious.
You don't hear the word dabble.
Yeah,
it's a
and then
very underrated and underused word.
He picked up on you chuckling about it, and so like within 2 minutes, he had another dabble out there, and that's what started it all.
Dabble was the word of the weekend, man. I should have put a dabble counter
Oh, that would have been
in the corner.
That'd have been good.
To ding every time we said dabble, because it's probably half a dozen times. But in what
in the footage,
in the footage
Yeah.
that the people see,
Yeah.
half a dozen. But all weekend, man, there was hundreds of dabbles.
yeah, that evening, after a little food and a little fun, and it was dabblelicious. Yep, I said it.
Wow, you can't follow that.
Well, I mean,
That's like trying to follow Kevin Hart off stage and be a comedian. Like dabblelicious, that's it. We're going back to the video. I got nothing.
all right. I like watching how I'm screwing up all my form.
Dude, my
So it's good
form
for me.
was trash because I was battling so many injuries. My shoulder's high, I'm low back here. My cock point, I looked like an idiot.
Oh, David, you had a great damn shot.
21. I mean, we had some good shots. How often were you focused on the 12 ring? I was focused on a kill shot.
This weekend, to be truthful, I was focused on hitting foam because my elbow was killing me. My knock point was off. I mean, go back. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is garbage. Like, this form is fucking terrible. My shoulder is in my ear.
Yeah.
First of all, it should be way down here. I'm way too in the palm of my hand with my wrist, and I'm cocked out, which causes my double chin to come out because I got to get to the peep because I'm way high. And then my elbow is just screaming at me the whole time because my tendonitis is what I figured out. I mean, I was only focused on foam. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So I've corrected all that, and now I'm shooting really well. My elbow still kills, but all the other stuff is fixed. So,
elbow still hurts.
Yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, it was after that first day. It was try not to lose arrows.
Yeah.
Double check this time.
About to shoot. The green, same switch.
Did you have a break?
This is the second time I've recorded this. I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking at Bethany. I can't hit the damn button.
That's the second time. This dude's a character, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a big
How you
guy.
doing? I'll do a fist bump.
Hey, everybody. I want him to feel it.
Feel it in here. Perfect.
How you doing?
Had a green Sasquatch. If you shot it, you know. Oh, this is good. To pause there, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it a million times, but I will say it again, and I'll say it now. He asked about, it was kind of hard to hear through this, but you should have watched the original, so it shouldn't matter anyway, but he asked about how much slack we get for knocked up, because I get the funny implications, and I just kind of told him I don't really care. Like, if you're in the outdoor world, in the archery world, and you're watching this kind of stuff, you get it. It's a cool name. It's a great logo. We rock the hell out of it, and we rock it. And if you don't like it and don't want to watch the videos, then turn it off. I really don't give a shit. But if you're still here watching, you like it. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, he had a green Sasquatch, as he always does it. It was like 120 yards. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I think you won a hat or something if you hit it in the. He has a little dot down there. This part was pretty funny. How we were like really grouped together. I mean, that's a long shot. You can see the Sasquatch way down there.
Arrow. Touching shafts. Oh, you two are rubbing shafts.
So there's.
Gotta tell a funny story. Okay, so my wife.
What did she do when she saw it?
She paused the video because we watched it the day I put it out, right? Because she likes to watch it and she's very supportive of what I do. She paused it and said, "I'm sure you were." Like, come on, babe. It was funny. It's arrow.
That's hilarious.
Just didn't even miss a beat. Like, okay, so we're paused right now. So she pauses it. She turns to me. So, "Sure you did." And then she goes.
There's the two in the
I was like,
chest.
"All right."
There's the two in the eye socket.
Oh man.
That's nice.
I always have some cool stuff there, man. It's a cool trade show.
Yeah. I didn't really spend much time looking because I didn't have
Yeah.
any money to spend, but
Same. I spent all my money in the San Antonio one buying all of Mr. Dudley's releases. God damn it, turn around.
I was waiting for the right moment.
That was the moment.
Yeah, when I turned.
So we have to climb the rest of the elevation.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
I
A
mean,
little bit. It was fun.
I didn't have it in my brochure. So
Yeah, it wasn't in our welcome packet.
I was not expecting
And
it.
that's my breath. 10,000 feet.
We found this one, didn't we? I think so.
Yeah, in a tree.
Yeah.
I mean, we found it, but it's still
I
in a
had to
tree.
stay in the-
Isn't this a pretty meadow?
What?
This was another pause spot by my wife, and she went, "Jesus,
It's pretty.
isn't this a pretty meadow?" Like a damn Disney movie.
Yeah, it looks like a damn Frozen. I'm waiting for some little blonde chick to run across the screen.
Unrelated note, definitely unrelated to what you just said, but you were shooting the tack vanes. I put those on your arrows.
Yeah.
What do you think? Were you watching it at all, or?
It seemed to stay tight, like coming out.
Oh, the spin was
Yeah.
tight. It wasn't.
When I came out, I wasn't doing this trying to.
Yeah.
It seemed a lot tighter.
Yeah, that's good.
They make some noise though.
Yeah, they're a lot louder than the Blazers.
Yeah.
I like the X vanes more than the tack vanes. They're quieter and they achieve the same thing. But I didn't know I'd never shot them for a full weekend like you had. I'd only done some testing, so
Yeah.
I was just curious what you thought. This target was crazy.
Now that you pointed it out, I'm looking at your shoulder up in your
It's
ear
so
on
bad.
every one of
It's
them,
so awful.
compared to everybody
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
Yes, you are below what you
I was just carrying all of the weight that I didn't want to carry in my elbow and shoulder on my pull hand, and just trying to lock in so that way I didn't have to hold as much weight back here when I should have been down and pushing
Yeah.
and holding equal weight. I was just like, I was able to do it. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's tough.
This shot was tough. What you don't get to see is the crest. Like the angle you got was pretty good, but it's hard to see during the shot. Just nature of the beast. It was 110 yards away. You couldn't see this target unless you were standing on the picnic bench. You
Yeah.
got 4 foot elevation.
Yeah. You
And
can just see the antler.
Yeah, right. So it's a stag up on a little rock, and all you see is the top of its head, maybe some eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're aiming at the ground,
Oh yeah.
pulling through this shot and knowing that it'll crest over, but you're guessing about where those vitals are. I think Jason had a pretty good shot, but all of us were high.
just see if you're right.
I had one guy in the TikTok guess this correctly
Oh,
after
yeah?
4 or 5 comments or whatever. See, like, you can see a lot of the target, and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. But, I mean, you gain 3 foot elevation, 3-4 foot or whatever that is to picnic bench. From where you're standing, man, all you can see is the head.
Yeah.
So you're aiming at the ground. Yeah, I thought I missed. When I let the arrow go, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no, that one's gone. I thought it was high. So I was just happy it was in foam.
You made sure to get that one.
Yeah, I missed. That was bad. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, there she is.
Plan was
Yeah.
to go through them.
That was my plan.
Your arrow's not fast enough to go through the trees and then still hit them.
It's not coming out, I guess.
Comment down below if you like those close-up shots. I'm curious to know if you guys, because I'll run down the mountain. And if I got to do the work because it's driving what you guys like, I mean, that's what we're here for. So if I got to run down the mountain and put a camera up so you guys can see more of those angles, I just need the feedback to know that, because I don't need to keep doing that if you guys don't really give a shit about it. So let me know. This guy was cool.
Yeah.
I talked to him for probably 20 minutes before I shot my caribou shots, and talked a lot about. He was talking to me about Tacticam.
Tacticam. Yeah.
Is what he kind of promotes and stuff. It's actually a camera that mounts to your scope, so that way it records. For what we do, man, we've already mentioned it. My phone films so good. Just buy the new phone. I mean, I already spent $1,200 on the phone. Spend that on the camera, and then you got to keep track of the batteries and the SD cards. I just wanted to deal with the pain. It was a sick ass thing, Tacticam.
That was a nice camera.
It was awesome, and I would definitely buy one if I wanted to jack with it, or if we had somebody that was solely filming for us. I'd buy them a camera, I'd buy them a Tacticam, and they would deal with it all. I just don't want to deal with it. There's
Right.
too much to think about already between you and I to film and shoot and have a good time,
Yeah.
which is number one most important. So I ended up buying mag views, so you can still use your phone, and they're sweet. But I talked to him for like 20 minutes. He's a guide in yeah, he's the guide 970 on TikTok and Instagram. He's got a bunch of followers, 4 times as many as I do. He's a great dude. He's got a lot of good information. He's a great guide. Check him out if you're looking to do an elk hunt or something like that in the western big game states. I'll put his stuff in the description below as well, so you can go check him out on TikTok. Northern Colorado. Okay, it's probably on that border of Wyoming, Northern Colorado. I couldn't remember. That's on me. But super cool dude, really knowledgeable, great guy. Yeah, go check him out. So that arrow went through. You're about to see it in a second, but this hole right here, my arrow went through that, hit the road, and went straight up. Never found it. I did suck pretty good, man. I don't know why I spent money on it.
I wasn't gonna waste my money. I knew I wasn't ready.
I get in my head that I can do it, and I don't have limits. When I should have just said, "Bro, your form is garbage. Don't waste your money."
Yeah.
There's target 1. I missed. There's target 3. I missed. This target was uphill at a deer. Okay. In the middle of this, I don't remember if we see it or not, but uphill at a deer. I missed again. It was a bad day for me on day 3 for sure. I was hurting, and I was shooting like crap, but it is what it is. And it was like, you're up the mountain, and if the deer is where my whoop is, all the arrows would land like here if you missed, right? Because you're shooting uphill and it was kind of in this spot. We all looked for my arrow for probably 10 minutes. Too long, truthfully, but there's nobody behind us. And we found a dozen other arrows, but not mine. Bob's pack was filled
with arrows,
with a dozen different arrows that we found, fully intact, shootable, no problem.
Yeah, they all just buried in the dirt.
But never found mine, so love that, It's crazy.
It's going to be a good day.
Had to put that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100% the case. I didn't lose any arrows at Broken Bow. Not a single arrow lost in San Antonio. And I lost 1 arrow the first 2 days. And then I lost damn near 8 on this day. It was a bad day. Hell of a shot by David here.
That was
What's going on down here?
my glory hole right there.
Easy. It was a hell of a shot. Donutted it too.
Justin got ran over by a Chevy. Cause his ass would not get out of the way. Thank you.
American Idol over here.
Probably not quite there yet.
That's it, y'all.
American Idol?
Yeah.
Probably not. That's just the outro. You guys watched the video. You saw the outro. You bought all the things. It's all fun. That was a fun, dude. It was so much fun. Hands down, the most fun I've had at Attack ever. What?
I'm trying to figure out why.
The location.
Okay.
Yeah, easily. The Colorado location.
I mean, Broken Bow's nice too.
Oh, Broken Bow's fun, but
that
it's
is
just
prettier.
when you just, and maybe it's just me. I just have some sort of weird spiritual connection with wanting to be in the mountains, but for me, like when I get there and like you get to the top of the ski lift and you look around, you're just like in a mountain range, like I'm just happier.
Yeah.
Just a happy guy.
Well, too, like I didn't get to go to San Antonio, so y'all went to Broken Bow and it's pretty, and then you went to San Antonio and I'm sure it sucked.
Yeah,
and then
that's true.
You went there and so you're like, oh yes.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, even just to film, I don't know that I'd go back to San Antonio.
Yeah,
just like it's like kind of whatever. It really felt like I don't know. I think it's because I expect so much out of TAC. I hold them to a really high expectation coming from Broken Bow. And now going to Colorado about steepness of shots through trees and stuff. It just seemed like to me that they...
Was it like you're at the R100?
Yeah. It just seemed like to me that you hiked 3 or 4 miles, all your shots were on the same playing field, and they were all between 60 and 100 yards.
Yeah.
It's like I can do that in the range we're about to go shoot.
Yeah.
Anytime I want.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the 30-degree angle, 6 inches left of an aspen tree at 72 yards, and if I miss, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's what I go there for. So, yeah, there you can see it. I walked up with 2 arrows. So I found this arrow with the TAC veins on it, which is the same exact RIP TKO that I shoot, but it's a 1/2 inch longer. And that's what I was shooting for the last 6 targets.
Yeah.
It's a 1/2 inch longer, so at yardage, it shoots just a smidgen lower because I got 1 more grain, or like 4 more grains, basically. Yeah. It's not enough to like screw you up. But the arrow or the head weight was so much heavier. So when I was shooting an attack, I would like dial into 65 yards and then go to like 72. So I was like shooting 5 to 7 yards over depending on it, and it was shooting just fine for me. And when I got home, I took the insert out, put one of mine in, and it shoots great. And then I have one of my arrows left because I was like, oh, I'll shoot this random arrow, and if I break it or lose it, no big deal. So you probably don't know who you are based off of that picture, because a lot of people shoot this arrow. And if you follow me, like, it's a very small percentage of if I find this person. But if you shoot RIP TKOs at 28.5 inches with a 150 grain insert and 2.5 inch tack vanes with tack wraps, hit me up. I will mail you your arrow back because I think it's just a cool story.
We found that one.
I found it. That was
the deer.
Yeah, at the
right?
deer. So
Yep.
if you lost an arrow at that deer going uphill and you were at this tack and you subscribe and you watch us and you know what I'm talking about and you lost an arrow there, I will mail you. Now, it's got my veins on it and my insert in it now because I've been using it, but I will mail you your arrow back because I think it's a cool-ass story. So
Yeah.
if you watch it. But yeah, it is fun, man. I'd go back in a heartbeat. It makes me want to do Montana and Utah and, you know, all those other ones, right? It just makes me want to go there.
Well, we're thinking Tennessee
Tennessee, yeah, it'd be fun.
I
Northern
know.
Tennessee.
over San Antonio. Trying to
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
group of us
Replace.
trying to at least do 3.
Yeah, Broken Bow. Tennessee would be fun because that'd be easy. You could drive to it. I think it'd be fun to fly to one.
I gotta get a
case.
bow case.
That's it. That's it.
that
You got
can
everything else.
handle it.
You got a case, a bow case.
Why do we want to fly?
I think it'd be fun and quicker.
We'll be quicker.
I like the quicker
I
part.
guess the Utah we can fly to.
Why?
Because that's a 20.
There's one in Maine or something. That would be farther.
I ain't going to Maine.
Yeah. We got to go to Utah, though. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out next year. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Behind the String. Hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of a little back and forth and learning some stuff about what you don't get to see in the video. If you have any questions or comment down below, if that is your arrow, I'll send it to you. Make sure you check out Hoot and Ghost Strings in the description below, as well as knockedupoutdoors.com. Go get all your Be Still Don't Suck gear, and make sure you are ready for the upcoming hunting season. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay knocked up.